Welcome to this in-depth guide on how to master your emotions using Stoic principles. Emotional mastery is an essential skill in today's fast-paced world, where emotions can often cloud judgment and lead to reactive decisions. Stoicism, a time-tested philosophy from ancient Greece, provides powerful tools for cultivating emotional control, calmness, and inner peace. In this video, we'll dive deep into the Stoic approach to mastering emotions, from understanding the roots of emotional turmoil to practical steps for applying Stoic principles in everyday life. We'll cover topics such as understanding Stoicism, the role of emotional intelligence, and how you can develop a more balanced and centered mindset. Let's start by exploring what Stoicism is and why mastering emotions is so crucial for personal growth and success. Chapter 1. The Basics of Stoicism. In order to master your emotions, it's important to first understand the fundamentals of Stoicism. Stoicism is a philosophy that was founded in ancient Greece and became particularly popular in the Roman Empire, with notable practitioners like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca. At its core, Stoicism teaches that we should focus on what we can control and remain indifferent to what we cannot. In this chapter, we'll explore the 4 key virtues of Stoicism: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, and how they guide us toward emotional stability. By aligning your mindset with Stoic principles, you begin to experience a sense of freedom from emotional disturbances. We'll discuss how Stoics view emotions, not as something to be suppressed, but as natural responses that can be managed through rational thinking and self-awareness. We'll also look at common misconceptions about Stoicism, particularly the idea that Stoicism promotes emotional suppression, which couldn't be further from the truth. Chapter 2. The Role of Emotions in Our Lives. Before we dive into Stoic techniques, it's important to understand the role that emotions play in our lives. Emotions, whether positive or negative, are part of the human experience. They shape our decisions, relationships, and overall well-being. In this chapter, we'll explore the nature of emotions, why they arise, and how they can impact our thoughts and behaviors. We'll also look at how unchecked emotions can lead to stress, anxiety, and irrational decisions, all of which Stoic philosophy aims to prevent. By understanding the root of emotional reactions, you can better control how you respond. Stoic philosophy emphasizes that while emotions may arise, it's our response to those emotions that determines our quality of life. Chapter 3. Applying the dichotomy of control. One of the most powerful concepts in Stoicism is the dichotomy of control. This principle teaches us that there are things within our control and things outside of our control. Emotions often fall into the category of things we cannot completely control, but our reactions to them are within our power. In this chapter, we'll break down how you can apply the dichotomy of control to master your emotions. By focusing on what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and reactions, you will begin to cultivate emotional resilience and stability. We'll go through real-life scenarios where the dichotomy of control can be applied. For example, when faced with criticism or setbacks, Stoic principles help you detach emotionally from outcomes and focus on how you respond with wisdom and calmness. Chapter 4. Developing emotional resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity without being overwhelmed by emotional turmoil. Stoicism offers practical strategies for building emotional resilience, allowing you to face life's challenges with greater ease. In this chapter, we'll explore techniques for developing emotional resilience, such as premeditatio malorum, visualizing negative outcomes, and how Stoics use this technique to prepare for difficult situations without being consumed by fear or anxiety. We'll also discuss how to shift your mindset from being reactive to proactive. This shift is key to maintaining emotional stability, especially when facing unexpected difficulties. Through Stoic practices, you'll learn how to stay grounded, even in the face of emotional storms. Chapter 5. Practicing self-discipline and temperance. Self-discipline and temperance are central virtues in Stoicism. These qualities allow you to remain calm and composed in the face of emotional triggers. When emotions like anger, frustration, or fear arise, self-discipline helps you pause, reflect, and choose a rational response rather than an impulsive reaction. In this chapter, we'll look at practical ways to cultivate self-discipline in your daily life. From morning routines to practicing mindfulness, we'll go through strategies to reinforce your ability to control emotional outbursts and negative thought patterns. We'll also examine how Stoics approached indulgence and pleasure. Temperance doesn't mean denying yourself happiness, but rather finding balance and avoiding extremes, which often lead to emotional instability. Chapter 6. Letting go of negative emotions. One of the most challenging aspects of emotional mastery is learning how to let go of negative emotions like anger, resentment, and fear. These emotions often arise from unmet expectations or perceived injustices, and they can linger for days, weeks, or even years if not properly addressed. In this chapter, we'll discuss Stoic strategies for letting go of negative emotions. We'll focus on techniques like cognitive reframing, where you change your perspective on situations that trigger emotional distress. You'll learn how to detach from negative emotions, seeing them as fleeting and insignificant in the grand scheme of life. We'll also look at the concept of amor fati, the love of fate, and how embracing whatever happens to you, good or bad, can lead to a profound sense of peace and acceptance. Chapter 7. The practice of mindfulness and present moment awareness. Stoicism encourages mindfulness and staying grounded in the present moment as a means of mastering emotions. When we dwell on the past or worry about the future, we invite emotional chaos into our lives. In this chapter, we'll explore the Stoic practice of mindfulness, or living with present moment awareness. By cultivating a mindful approach to daily life, you'll become more attuned to your emotional state and better equipped to manage your emotions before they spiral out of control. We'll discuss how to integrate mindful practices into your routine, from mindful breathing exercises to simply being aware of your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Remember that emotional mastery is a lifelong journey. Stoic philosophy provides timeless wisdom and practical tools that can help you navigate the complexities of human emotions with greater clarity, calmness, and control. By applying Stoic techniques such as the dichotomy of control, developing emotional resilience, practicing self-discipline, and letting go of negative emotions, you'll find yourself becoming more centered, balanced, and at peace with whatever life throws your way. Stay committed to your Stoic practice, and over time you will experience the profound benefits of emotional mastery. Chapter 8. Practicing virtue to overcome emotional disturbances. In Stoicism, the cultivation of virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance is the foundation of emotional mastery. These virtues serve as a guide to living a life of rationality, purpose, and inner peace, helping us to remain calm and composed in the face of emotional challenges. In this chapter, we'll dive deep into each of the 4 virtues and how practicing them leads to emotional balance. Wisdom teaches us to recognize what truly matters and to make rational decisions, even when emotions run high. Courage helps us face our fears, anxieties, and difficult situations with fortitude, keeping our emotions in check. Justice encourages us to act with fairness and integrity, preventing emotions like anger and resentment from clouding our judgment. Temperance is about moderation and self-restraint, teaching us to avoid excessive emotional responses and maintain inner calm. We'll explore how each virtue plays a role in overcoming specific emotional disturbances such as anger, fear, frustration, and grief, and how living virtuously leads to a more emotionally stable and fulfilling life. Chapter 9. How to handle emotional triggers, using Stoic practices. Emotional triggers are events, words, or actions that provoke an intense emotional reaction. These triggers can cause us to feel anger, sadness, or frustration almost instantly. In Stoicism, learning to recognize and manage these emotional triggers is essential to mastering your emotions. In this chapter, we'll explore practical Stoic techniques for handling emotional triggers. The pause and reflect method. When you feel triggered, take a moment to pause and reflect before reacting emotionally. This technique allows you to regain control of your emotional response. Cognitive distancing. This Stoic technique involves viewing your emotions from an objective standpoint, as if you are an observer of your feelings, rather than a participant. Negative visualization. This practice encourages you to imagine the worst-case scenario in any situation. By preparing mentally for negative outcomes, you reduce the emotional impact when things don't go as planned. We'll provide examples of common emotional triggers, such as being criticized, facing rejection, or dealing with failure, and how Stoic practices can help you navigate these situations with emotional control. Chapter 10. Transforming emotional pain into personal growth. Emotional pain is an inevitable part of life, but Stoicism teaches us that suffering can be transformed into an opportunity for personal growth. The Stoics believed that adversity, hardship, and emotional pain were essential experiences for building inner strength and resilience. In this chapter, we'll explore how to use Stoic philosophy to turn emotional pain into a catalyst for growth. We'll discuss concepts like the obstacle is the way, a key Stoic idea that encourages us to see obstacles, including emotional pain, as opportunities to develop strength and character. Embracing discomfort. Stoicism encourages us to embrace discomfort and difficulty as essential elements of personal development, rather than something to avoid. Resilience through reflection. Stoic reflection practices can help us learn from emotionally painful experiences and grow stronger as a result. We'll provide practical advice on how to apply these principles when dealing with grief, heartbreak, failure, and other forms of emotional pain, and how to emerge from these experiences stronger, wiser, and more emotionally balanced. Chapter 11. Using Stoic journaling to master emotions. One of the most effective tools for mastering emotions in Stoicism is the practice of journaling. Stoic journaling involves reflecting on daily experiences, thoughts, and emotions to gain insight into your behavior and emotional patterns. In this chapter, we'll explain how to incorporate Stoic journaling into your daily routine to track your emotional responses, identify emotional triggers, and develop strategies for managing difficult emotions. We'll explore different types of journaling techniques such as daily reflections. Reflect on your emotional responses throughout the day and evaluate how you handled them. Premeditations. Use journaling to mentally prepare yourself for challenging situations such as conflict or stress, and outline a Stoic response to potential emotional reactions. Post-event reflections. After an emotionally charged event, use your journal to reflect on how you responded, what you could improve, and what Stoic principles you could apply in the future. By committing to a Stoic journaling practice, you'll not only enhance your emotional awareness, but also gradually build a stronger, more resilient mindset. Chapter 12. Cultivating gratitude and contentment. Gratitude and contentment are often overlooked when it comes to mastering emotions, but they are crucial components of emotional well-being. The Stoics taught that true happiness comes from appreciating what we have and finding contentment in the present moment, rather than constantly seeking external validation or material success. In this chapter, we'll explore Stoic practices for cultivating gratitude and contentment, including reflecting on impermanence. The Stoics remind us that everything is temporary, and by appreciating what we have now, we develop a sense of gratitude for the present. Practicing appreciation for simple things. Learning to find joy and contentment in the simple pleasures of life helps to reduce emotional turbulence and cultivate a more balanced emotional state. Amor fati, love of fate. By embracing everything that happens in life, good or bad, you can find peace and contentment regardless of external circumstances. We'll also discuss how to shift your mindset from one of constant striving to one of appreciation and gratitude, which leads to greater emotional stability and long-term happiness. Chapter 13. How to use Stoic wisdom in relationships. Relationships are a significant source of emotional highs and lows. Whether it's romantic relationships, friendships, or family dynamics. Emotions often run high when we interact with others. Stoicism offers valuable guidance on how to navigate the emotional complexities of relationships while maintaining emotional balance. In this chapter, we'll explore how Stoic wisdom can be applied to relationships, helping you to avoid emotional overreaction. Stoic principles encourage us to remain calm and composed, even in emotionally charged situations like arguments or disagreements. Practice empathy and understanding. While Stoicism emphasizes emotional control, it also teaches us to be empathetic and compassionate towards others, recognizing that they too are driven by their own emotions and experiences. Set healthy emotional boundaries. Stoicism encourages us to recognize what is within our control and what is not. This includes setting boundaries in relationships to protect your emotional well-being. We'll provide practical examples of how to apply these Stoic techniques in everyday interactions to maintain emotional harmony in your relationships. Mastering your emotions using Stoic principles is not a quick fix, but a lifelong journey of self-awareness, discipline, and wisdom. The tools and techniques you've learned in this guide, from understanding the role of emotions to applying the dichotomy of control, practicing self-discipline, and cultivating gratitude, are all essential for achieving emotional mastery. Remember that emotional mastery isn't about eliminating emotions, but learning to navigate them with calmness and rationality. By integrating these Stoic practices into your daily life, you'll develop the resilience and strength needed to maintain inner peace no matter what challenges life throws your way. Thank you for watching this video on mastering your emotions using Stoic principles. If you found value in this content and want to continue your journey of personal growth, emotional mastery, and living a more balanced life, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. We regularly upload powerful videos like this to help you develop mental strength, emotional resilience, and achieve inner peace. Don't forget to like, share, and comment below with your thoughts or questions. We love hearing from our community.
Also, check out the rest of our content for more transformative insights. Your support means everything, and together we'll continue mastering our emotions and living our best lives. Stay strong, stay focused, and remember, you have the power to control your mind and emotions. See you in the next video.